Okay, today we're looking at the Muskoka Evoke Kayak from Canadian Tire. And also have the Pelican Mission 100X sold at Cosco to kind of compare the two. Let's get into it. Both kayaks are recreational kayaks rated at 300 pounds and they're 10 feet long. So on the Muskoka here, we have a grab handle, which is comfortable. We also have a drain plug in the front, so you drain any water that gets inside your kayak. Front storage compartment. It seems to seal pretty good. Oh yeah. Get rid of my can from the other day. So that compartment is dry from the hour-long run or so we did, hour and a half we did the other day. And then obviously the elastic straps on top, which actually if I would have removed those, it would have made it easier to take off the cover. I like that. It's got a tether on the cover, so you're less likely to lose that. So the storage area is 13 by 6, 3 inches deep. And then I do like that. Then in the front, we have these 3 trays here with elastic strap to hold some of your goods down. Now the seat is basic. I'd say it's okay. It will do. I find my Odyssey to be a lot more comfortable. Then you have a similar bottle holder to my Odyssey, Pelican Odyssey 100. You can slide your bottle in there. Don't know if it's the same size, but slide your bottle in there. On mine, I really love that design. You pull it out. It's terrible if you're using, say, a can or something, but a sealable bottle is better to use anyway when you're out. And these straps are adjustable to adjust the back support. Then in the rear, you have 2 fishing rod holders, which are quite deep. So on the long side, you're looking at 9 inches of depth. So I don't have my rod here to test it, but this is deeper and more secure than even the one on my Odyssey, even though the one on my Odyssey is probably deep enough. And I'll show you the one on the Mission 100 that isn't all that great. So on the rear, you have storage similar to the front. Oh, and that tether should not have come off, but it did. So that'd be something that you'd have to watch out for. So this tether released, it shouldn't have. That should have hooked. So that's something that you should be aware of. And although that should float, I would hope it would float. But we'll see. All right, it's hooked now, but for whatever reason, it didn't hook. But this appears to be the same size. So the rear is 15, almost 15 3/4, 7 3/4, and the same 3 inches depth. So the rear is a little larger. So that's nice to have. Another handhold, then another drain plug in the rear, which is nice to have one on either side. You only need one, but it is nice having that second drain. Okay, so you can see the hull design is different than what I'm used to on the Pelican. This is concave in the center. You get these 2 chines here, I guess. It's a different design. You can see the Pelican here, which is basically the same as my Odyssey, if not exactly the same. So now the differences between the two kayaks. Up front, you have the drain plug and the handle. The handle is different on the Pelican with no front drain. You have the storage area with elastic straps. On the Pelican, you just have the elastic straps, which have a closed loop, so you can slide things under. It would be nice if it had a hook so that you could easily strap over items, but the front trays with the tie down. On the Pelican, there's no tie down here. You get a cup holder, small cup holder, and a tray. But also you can see the snaps here. You can see in my other video on the Mission 100 that it also comes with a storage bag that has a spot for your phone and a storage compartment in the rear. Connects to this clip here and snaps down on both sides, which is nice. Now for the cockpit. The Evoke is a 1/2 inch wider at the tie down points for the rear seat back than the Pelican, but the Pelican has a 3-inch longer opening front to aft there for the cockpit. Like I said, that you have a tie down for your drink on the Evoke, which lays down. There is no tie down on the Mission 100. You can lay it down or stand it up. Now the pad in the seat is similar. I'd say it's a little thicker in the Mission 100. It's a lot thicker in my Odyssey. The seat back is thicker on the Mission 100 than the thinner back on the Evoke. The Evoke has much nicer rod holders. They have these holes here, which I'm assuming are meant to be used for rods. It's very shallow and it's wide. I don't think I would trust my fishing rod in there. So, I mean, you could add on extra rod holders, which is what I'd probably do if you're going to fish with it. The enclosed storage compartment with the elastic straps. This one has the open kind of trunk area with mesh netting to cover your items. Then the rear, another handle, of course, second drain, and then on the Pelican, you have another handle here, tied on, and then your drain plug here. Now, one difference between these drain plugs, the one on the Pelican is the same as my Odyssey, and they are pain to remove. So that's the plug for the Odyssey. It works. I just find I have to fight with them every time I take it out to drain it. On the Muskoka Evoke, it's got a screw cap, and then it's out. I much prefer this design over the one on the Pelican. Back in, close tight, and then for this, goes in easier than it comes out, and then it's set. Went out kayaking the other day. I spent most of my time in the Pelican. My brother was in the Muskoka. He seemed to like it. I took it out after, found it nice, tracked well. We were out in a bay and there was some chop. Neither one of us had any problem with that. Some kayakers going by now. And today's a nice beautiful day, calm, but that day was choppy, windy. We had no problem with either of these. One thing I will say is, another thing I got to point out. On the Mission, there is a pad here that you can move. You rest your legs against. The Muskoka has no pad. So, I mean, that edge is rounded off nice. It feels okay. It's not as comfortable. And Muskoka also has adjustable foot pegs like my Odyssey, where the Mission 100 has molded in footholds. But with that, you have multiple options to change while you're paddling. Whereas the other style, you would have to change them out beforehand. Yeah, the seat back here doesn't offer much as far as padding goes. Might be something that we look and see if we can upgrade. But for a recreational kayak at the cottage, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, the seat back on the Pelican Mission 100X is a lot more comfortable. They could use some more padding in the seat itself, but other than that, it is pretty good. And for the price point, actually, let me see here. So as far as price goes, right now the Muskoka is $6.99 with paddle. Compared to the Mission X 100X from Cosco, it's a lot pricier. The Mission 100 was $399.99. It was purchased on sale for $299.99, which is an incredible deal. But this Evoke was also purchased, I believe, 2 years ago. End of the season, it was on sale for around the $300 range, maybe $350-ish. So you can find deals on them at the end of the season. You do have that covered storage in the Muskoka, which is nice if you're doing little day trips and things like that, which would be helpful. In the Pelican, I mean, if you're buying them brand new, you have a lot of money left over to buy a dry bag and to put that in your storage area. So I guess kind of personal preference, but I feel that the Mission 100X is a much better deal. But this Evoke is a nice kayak when it's on sale. I personally don't know if I'd pay the full price. I don't know if it's that good. I think I'd start looking at a slightly higher end kayak and spend a few more if I was already going to that price. But I haven't had a chance to use any kayaks in that price range, the $1,000 price range yet. So just looking at some, I think I'd probably save up and go that route if that was the case. But it is a tough kayak, looks nice, handles well, and if you want to get one, be patient and wait for a sale. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.